morning everyone, it's day 2 here in Taormina and we are on our way to get what Sicily is famous for. The canolos. The cannoli. Cannoli? Canolo? No, cannolo is singular, cannoli is plural. I know, the place we wanted to go is closed. I don't get these opening times here. Well, let's just find something else. By the way, many people don't know, but there is actually a sort of like street market here in Taormina that happens every morning of every day, where you can get fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, fresh produce. Let's check it out.
Eat quite healthy, but here it's been hard to eat fruit, or at least it hasn't really come on our path, so that's why we went out to get some vitamins. And as my mom always says, for this kind of money you can't pluck it yourself.
Ooh, finally getting some health and some fiber. Guys, the fruit from this region grows in the volcanic soil and they taste so good, so sweet. The best place here in Taormina to escape the afternoon heat is to come here to the Villa Comunale. And these gardens were owned by the same person who owned the Isola Bella, the island we visited yesterday by the beach. And now it's definitely part of the list of the most beautiful gardens I've ever been to in my entire life. I'm not joking. This vegetation comes from all over the world. Somehow it becomes very harmonious. Like everything works really well together here. You can find olive trees, banana trees, sunflowers, and so many different types of flowers. The architecture inside of this garden is just stunning. But I must say that one of the best things about this place is actually the view.
Soft meat with onions, roll of melanzane with meat and bread, mortadella, truffled ham, prosciutto di Parma, and Sicily salad. The cheese is pecorino with truffle, ragusano, pecorino with orange. All this cheese, if you like, it could be with our marmalade of figli, pere, this is pere zenzero. Pere aurole with lattuga, mozzarella. And for finish we have soft when they serve soft cheese. Is ricotta with pistachio and honey.
So we climbed up here to the ancient Greek theater of Taormina. This massive construction was carved out of the rocks by the Greeks during the 3rd century BC. And of course this place has amazing views of Taormina. After the Greeks, the Romans took over and they were the ones responsible for building all of those columns and some of the statues you see around here. And this theater was used as a sort of like educational theater. So that's where they used to teach like morals and values to the people of the region back in the day. Like most people couldn't really read back in the day. So that was the way for them to communicate the gospel.
Right, and all the old myths and all these stories, archetypical stories, some of which we still learn about today.
Yeah. It's evening and usually I would have vlogged our restaurant experience, but to be honest, our experience was actually not so nice. The waiter was just a little rude and the food didn't taste really well, so for today you guys, I'm not gonna post anything about our dinner, so I'm only gonna give you guys good recommendations, of course. But if you are curious to know which restaurants did we go to so you can avoid it, you can send me a private message on Instagram and I can let you know. I don't wanna tell the name of the restaurant here because of course I don't wanna ruin the business of the people there, of course, no? But yeah, our experience was not that great, so now we are going to a pasticceria here called Pasticceria Minotauro, where you can find cannolis, and let's see if that compensates for this experience.
Almond and a lot of sugar. And you can eat for 5 months.
For 5 months?
Yeah, without frigidaire. Yeah,
really? Wow,
you
okay.
try.
I'll try.
And you taste the almond.
You see? So let's try the marzipan. Mmm.
But sometimes I don't like it because it's too sweet, but this is very good.
These are all made of marzipan as well?
Yeah. This is my husband that prepared all the marzipan.
And look at these guys, these sort of like fruits are also very typical here of this region. It's actually all made from marzipan. They sculpture it in the shape of a fruit. Then they paint it. It has to live for 3 days. Look, that's how it usually looks. And then they paint it, they sculpt everything, and then 3 days later, it looks as beautiful as some of those. Grazie. Okay, so this experience definitely compensated for the bad experience we had at the restaurant. The lady was super nice. She gave us a little extra here, some extra cookies. We chat. Yeah, we became good friends now.
Make sure you say her name, the name of her shop, very loud.
Definitely.
So people can visit it.
Pasticceria Minotauro. Okay. So Tim's cannoli.
Ricotta with pear.
Ricotta with pear.
She said it's wonderful.
Okay. And I got the one with strawberries. Strawberries are very fresh.
Ricotta and pear, such a good combination.
Next time I want to try this one.
I'll try that one.
We came here to a town here by Taormina called Mazzeo, where we can go to the beach. And to reach the town of Mazzeo is very easy. We basically just have to take a bus. It just costs us €3 to go back and forth. So I think it's worth it. And it was like how long? Like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, something like this.
Yeah, just a 20 minutes ride outside of Taormina, outside of the town. We booked 2 front row chairs at the beach club Lido Golden Taormina. The reason we always book a beach club whenever we come here to this region is because of this. Look, it's all rocks and they are pretty hot. You definitely don't want to be sitting in one of these rocks when you go to the beach. And if you don't book a beach club, you have to just, you know, like either bring your own umbrella or lay a towel on the rocks. So we definitely don't want to do that. But look at how beautiful the water is today. Like all these different shades of blue, light blue, turquoise. And we just came out of the water. It was so clear, I could see my feet. Right there at the top is Taormina. Right here is the Isola Bella, where we were the other day. And as you can see, this beach is way quieter than the beach there at the Isola Bella. The entrance to the beach club costs 20 euros from the second row up. But if you want to sit here in the front, it's just 5 euros more. So 25 euros, and we're like, okay, better to just have the view of the sea than the view of other people, right? So we're gonna be relaxing here for the next couple of hours, and I see you guys later for a little aperitivo. It's a beautiful evening here in Taormina. We are on our way to the Sky Rooftop bar. We tried to go there on our first day here, but they were closed. So we want to try it again. By the way, forget what I said about Taormina not being crowded, because the main street at this time is super crowded. So we just went up some stairs and we came here in one of the side streets that are very quiet. It's really interesting actually, because most tourists just go to the exact same streets all the time, like the Corso Umberto, but if you just turn around a little bit, like, it's completely empty. Oh nice, they have a very nice garden. We just got here to the Sky Rooftop bar, and the atmosphere here is very pleasant. And guys, views, of course. There on that side you can see the Mount Etna. Look at how bright the moon is today. So our cocktails arrived. What did you order?
A whiskey sour.
And I have here a dirty martini.
Cheers.
And we came back here to our favorite pizza place, Villa Zuccaro. The last time we were here we tried this Taormina pizza, so they named the pizza after the town. And it was just so good, like we need to try that again. We are now on the look for some souvenirs. We definitely want to get some pasta from this region. We want to get some spices and probably something for the house as well. Let's see what we can find here in the Corso Umberto. There are so many small shops, so many tourist shops as well, and we were just talking about the fact that the streets overall just smells really nice. I don't know what they put here in the streets of Taormina, but everything just smells like perfume, like a good perfume. Famous pesto di pistachio from this region. So it's a whole pesto made out of pistachio. And many times when we are traveling to these places, we like to check the supermarket so you can check what kind of foods the locals are buying. And also because usually at these tourist shops you can buy the exact same product from the supermarket, but then for 4 times the price. So let's check it out. You see, we already see some local pasta and some local products for much cheaper here. The condimento for bruschetta here, $1.99. At the tourist shop was like 5 euros, right? Spaghettata Siciliana. We highly recommend you guys trying to buy some of these herbs. We bought some of them in Greece last time we were there, and they were just amazing. We cannot find herbs like this back home. So now every time we travel, we always make sure to buy like local herbs so we can make it in our pasta. Oh, the pesto di pistachio here, much cheaper as well. Afternoon break, we got ourselves some chipolinas. We tried these ones for the first time in Ortigia. And then on the insides they have this delicious sort of like filling with ham, cheese, olives, onions.
All the goodness.
All the goodness. And it's nice because it's a little lighter than a pizza and it's like a great in-between snack. And the dough is slightly crunchy on the outside and really soft on the inside. It's delicious. Unfortunately, this is our last night here in Taormina, and to close it with a bang, we decided to come here to the cocktail bar of the Grand Hotel Timeo to have an aperitivo. The architecture of this place is stunning, the service is of course like excellent. So we ordered here 2 mild old-fashioned. It's the sort of like special version of an old-fashioned. So I'm really curious to try it. Noticed that there is this constant smoke coming out of the Mount Etna, and I just asked one of the waiters and he said that because this is an active volcano, there's always smoke coming out of it. So according to him, the volcano is not actually erupting, but it's kind of like a pressure cooker, so you always see vapor coming out of it. The first city we went to was Trattoria, and then we just saw volcanic ashes all over the city, like all over the floors, and sometimes like even on top of cars. Everywhere here in Sicily, we keep seeing these ceramic heads everywhere, like on the balconies of places, in shops. And we found out that this is actually about a history of this girl from the region who fell in love with one of the Moorish people who used to come here back in the day. When she found out that her lover had to go back to his country, she got crazy jealous, she felt betrayed, so she decided to cut his head off and made a vase of plants with his head. It's not the most romantic love story, but it is the symbol of Sicily, so we decided to bring a little piece of this trip with us back home. And we are ending our adventure in Sicily here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe to keep up with our adventures. Hit the like button to support my channel, and I see you guys on the next one. Arrivederci!